Hey there friends, I am so excited to be a guest designer this month for the Waffle Flower September 2024 release. It's called Spooktacular and it is absolutely spooktacular. For this card, I am going to be using this background plate. This is so fun. This is the spider web texture die. I love the texture that it adds to a background. I also have this amazing die set here called the Sweet Ghost die. Now these are happy little ghosts, they're not spooky. There's a cute little jack-o'-lantern, there's candy, there's a sentiment that says boo, a bat, some bows. You can use those for hair bows or bow ties, and a hat with stripes. So with these two sets, I'm going to be using a colorful color scheme, and I'm also going to be grabbing the Spooktacular Paper Pad. This is also new this month, and there are so many fun patterns in this paper pad. So let's get started creating a fun card. Here I have a piece of the Spooktacular Paper Pad paper, and I love this green color. And I have a piece of 4 by 5 1/4 inch black cardstock. I am going to place my ghosts on the black cardstock and die cut them out from black first because I've decided that I want to create a shaker card. Now I could add a third ghost, but the space is getting a bit tight. So I'd have to be really careful because remember, when you make a shaker, you have to put your dimensional adhesive around all of your shaker elements, and that's getting a little bit tight. I wasn't going to create the whole card as a shaker, but looking at this, I might as well do it. If I'm going to do all 3 ghosts, then let's create the whole panel as a shaker. So now I'm going to grab some mint tape from scrapbook.com and just get these ghosts in place on my card front. And then I'm going to run this through my Platinum 6. So next I'm going to add some texture to it with this amazing background die. Now this is the spider web texture die. It's going to add that beautiful texture to the plate, to the background, and just give it a bit of something more, right? Okay, so now I'm going to run this through. Okay, so my texture turned out amazing. What I'm going to do is put this in place with some temporary adhesive. And I love this one from Scrapbook Adhesives by 3L. I use it a lot when I'm kind of trying to put together a card and want to see what it's going to look like first or get things in place before I commit. Then what I'm going to do is I've cut my ghosts out of white. I'm going to go ahead and adhere them in the spaces where my black cardstock has been cut. So we're kind of doing an inlay technique. Now remember, I cut my ghosts out of black cardstock before. So we can take this out of the way now. Gonna make sure our ghosts are all the way stuck down. So when I cut them out of black cardstock, there should be their eyes and nose. Don't need his cheeks, but definitely want the eyes, the mouth from each one. Okay, so there's our little ghosts on the background. Now I have a piece of transparency sized to the same size as my black cardstock, and I'm going to go ahead and use some tape runner for that one. So now I have a piece of transparency here, that I want to put on the back of my cardstock. And before I do that, I'm just going to go wash it with some dish soap and wipe it off with a paper towel to make sure I wash off that static. Okay, there's my black cardstock with the transparency. That is going to line up on there, but to give our ghost some more ghost-like look, we're going to add some vellum over the top too. So this vellum is going to go right in here and then line up with the ghost underneath. So to add my vellum ghost here, I'm just going to do the tiniest of tiny dots right onto the transparency, just in a few different spots. And then going to press that vellum into the space. So again, it's another inlay, but it's going to really add that kind of spookiness, that softness that you need for ghosts. Okay, now that all these pieces are in place, we can add some shaker elements to the center. And since this is going across the whole card panel, then I'm going to put quite a few shaker bits in here. Black is a really good idea if you have a black background and you don't really want it to stand out. Now some of these areas are quite thin, so what I'm going to do is grab my scissors from Spellbinders and cut this in half. Like that. And I'm going to run this along the outside edge of the card. Okay, so there's my first layer of foam tape, but it is not the thickest foam tape. It's not as thick as I would want it to be for a shaker card. So what I'm going to do is double up. So that means we're going to cut another panel and put it directly on top, so we have that double thickness of foam tape to make sure that our sequins have plenty of room to move around. It's a sticky job, but it's good to do it now and have all that movement with our sequins. Okay, so we have our double layer thickness foam tape on here, and remember we have to line this up with the white ghost underneath. So I'm going to give myself a little bit of wiggle time and add some liquid adhesive to my foam tape. Here we go. So now that my shaker base is complete with my spooky little ghosts here, let's make it a little bit more colorful. So I'm going to take all of the dies that come in this set and just start cutting them out from all the colors of paper that I've chosen. And doing this will make it so that I have a lot of different colors to choose from. And with that, I have a lot of awesome die cuts to decorate the front of my card. So I've decided out of everything I cut that I was going to go with the purple, orange, and green color scheme. So I'm going to keep everything to those colors that I'm going to be adding to my ghosts here. Now, I really love to do things in threes. I have 3 ghosts, I have 3 colors, and so I'm going to mix and match kind of the colors I put on my ghosts. I think it would be very cute to have a little bow on that hat. Lovely. I also think that this is going to be a little boy ghost with his bow tie, and this one's going to be a little girl ghost with her bow on her head. And then what I'm going to do here is kind of layer these bows up, and it's according to which one I want on the top. I think I'm going to do like kind of Roy G. Biv order, so orange, green, and then purple. Yeah, I think that's really cute. I'll probably tighten up the sentiment a little bit, but I'm going to go ahead and adhere everything down with adhesive just like that. I just think that is the cutest. And the only thing I'm going to do is add some sparkles for the bat's eyes. Because that makes it even cuter. And you can see those sequins moving around underneath those vellum windows. How cute is that? I just love it. Thanks so much for watching as I use the brand new Waffle Flower September 2024 release called Spooktacular. I hope you will check out all of the products I used in the video description below, or head to my blog post where you can find a visual supply list of everything I used. If you love Halloween as much as I do, you will definitely want to check out these products. Thanks so much for watching. Be sure to hit the subscribe button so you won't miss my next video, and happy creating, friends.